Welcome back to the first video podcast of Our Generation Podcast. It's about what you probably expected. A little couch, a little list.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, we were supposed to only be taking a week break, but we ended up taking a month instead because we started vlogging. Subscribe to Mr. Savvy.
Brothers in Arms. Subscribe to Brothers in Arms. Putting out weekly content.
We actually do. We put out like 3 vlogs a week, and they've done decently well. I want to start, though, before we get too deep into anything, of what to expect from podcast season 2, because there's a lot of really great shit that we have planned. We have a lot of interviews with a lot of really special people, maybe video podcast if this turns out well. And we have a short podcast with someone really special that we want to put out. We might... I don't know.
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what's going on.
But, Nick... Well, let's talk.
I just can't wait till we post our 4th battle on Geonosis.
What's the Geonosis?
The planet Geonosis.
I don't know.
Clone invasion. Master Windu's waiting.
Recently, we've just been kind of vlogging, doing random shit. Nick has been doing a lot of research. And I want to have another podcast where I just let you kind of unhinge and go fully into that shit so you can explain it super well. But for this podcast, I just want to kind of catch everyone up what we've been doing. I'm thinking session. You want to talk about session?
Do you have a list, bro?
I do have a
list.
I want to give some behind the scenes info on some of the vlogs we've been doing for people that do watch the vlogs and are actually interested.
Master Windu.
The Asylum vlog was really fun to record, actually. It was kind of off a whim. We had the idea to go to the asylum and record it, and I had been a few times prior. It's kind of like the Galway local legend, and people from all over come to see
legend.
I mean,
show up at the asylum. That's your own.
It's haunted. No, it's not haunted. I mean, we went middle of the day and I didn't see anything.
I've seen more paranormal shit out of my own, like...
House.
Than
do you want to tell people the crib story of like the crib that you saw in the middle of the road and you thought the house was haunted, or do you think people wouldn't believe you?
Bro, I'd rather like tell it at like a more suiting time.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a Halloween special.
A Halloween special.
I'm like, if I just tell it all now, then...
Next Halloween, I think we should go out and do pranks. And pranks is something I do want to do. I don't want to do stupid pranks where we just go in public and be assholes. I want to do actual funny shit where it's like, it's super awkward and cringy in like the moment and get a lot of good shit. But Session did come back. Session was like Nick's childhood friend for forever, and he moved to California to get away from Galway because nobody that comes to Galway likes Galway.
He just moved to the other communist state.
There's a lot of communist states. Every state's turning communist, which is also something
almost every state.
We should talk about, like the riots, because the riots went on while we were like not doing the podcast, and it's something that I actually did want to talk about.
Like,
to
tell everybody. About
what are your thoughts on the riots?
So,
like, do you wanna?
Originally, what people's like main thoughts were when everything was going down, like after the pandemic and the collapse economy. The pandemic, everything that happened and like exposed like
happened
Obamagate
fast.
And all that, and then the riots started happening as Obamagate was like getting exposed, and that all got like postponed and stuff.
Look up Obamagate if you don't know what that is.
Use like the food supply because the globalists and like the Democrat-run cohorts started like shutting down like farmers and stuff. They were going to farmers. Like, look it up. There's videos of like cattle ranchers, like 3rd generation, 4th generation cattle ranchers that had like the feds coming up to them like saying, "We're gonna euthanize. Like, do you need help euthanizing all your animals?" Because they weren't like letting them like sell the fucking food. Like people were starving. But like food was getting just like left out.
It wasn't as bad in the U.S., but other countries too. Like every source of food got closed down because of coronavirus.
Some crazy shit. Like if you look up like some like farms in the U.S. too, like you can see their like crops getting replowed and stuff like back in because they didn't have like the supply chain got like cut off. But then Trump signed an executive order and a couple other things happened. And then the food supply is good. Plus, it's America. You can get your own food if you live in the country. Sometimes shit happens, but everybody's got their own thing. But the riots,
Oh yeah, we got off track of that.
There was like so much stuff like building up to it, and like
yeah, when it originally started, I like a lot of people were on the same page except the people that were rioting, and it's like trying to fix police brutality is not going to work if you just go around destroying your cities and making things horrible and trying to destroy constitutional law. Fix police, like literally make police go through more training, make sure that you have people on the force that aren't going to literally just shoot down a black guy for no reason. Like there's people out there that want to do a good job and want to protect and serve. Don't try to start an American revolution over something that you can
they're trying
deal
to,
with without doing that.
That's the realest shit, and they're trying to like push it off, and they're trying to push and say that like it's like black people are being oppressed like 100% of the time, and there's cops that like completely do that, and that's why there should be better training and stuff. But it's not all white people. There's being like there's about to be a race war.
Yeah, they're making like this massive divide. Like there's this huge group of white people that's just oppressing you all the time.
Did you hear about Terry Crews went on CNN and Don Lemon? He tried to say, dude, Terry Crews like came out and he was like, we can't let the movement become Black Lives Better. And like, he started like trying to say that how come the media doesn't care about how like there's a wave of violence going on because of defund
huge
police.
Wave of violence.
Dude, they got rid of like thousands of police, bro, in New York already. Like, there's shootings going on all the time, like not like robberies, but like killings. They try to say, oh, crime rates gone down this year, but it's the killings that went up, like straight killings. People aren't just committing crimes; they're just killing people straight up, like.
Because there's less law enforcement
no cops
now.
to investigate when there's no like
100%.
when there's no law enforcement. There's no law and order. Our country's built on law and order. Our country's built on morals and ethics. We're all animals.
That are being destroyed now because people think that it's helping. People think destroying our foundation is going to help make it better. It doesn't make sense.
Our roots are why we're here. We're literally standing on top of our roots. We think that we're just like these perfect fucking like creatures and shit. We're just animals built by. We just stay in line by human code, and we're all staying in line. Like society doesn't break down because everyone's like good at this point. I feel like it's because
100%.
It's because there's these laws built up because society's like broken down so much in the fabric of society.
People just look at the Constitution as like ancient history, but the Constitution was made for a country that could last forever. Like it was made to be the perfect country because it was born out of tyranny, and people want to destroy the Constitution because it gives you too many rights. Literally, people want to destroy the Constitution because you have too many rights with it, and that makes no sense. People
it's so true. It doesn't
do.
seem like real until like you see like who's facilitating it at the top. These tyrannical corporate board leaders, the globalist cohorts, the people on the very top, like not very very top, like the good people on the top. I'm talking about like corrupted politicians, corrupted blackmailed politicians, corrupted CEOs, corrupted all of the above that are working towards having people have less freedoms and giving away our freedoms and tricking us into.
And there's nothing wrong with
society.
supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, but by doing that, you're also supporting these corrupt people because no one pays attention to who's behind these massive movements.
It should be about the message, not like
literally not.
Dude, because it's not. It should be about if Black Lives Matter was about Black Lives Matter, it would be about all Black Lives Matter. Because you even see like these heads of leaders and stuff burning down black businesses. I literally was seeing like black
that video that went
guys
viral
crying, like sitting there crying while people were coming there robbing like their businesses and stuff. Like it's not about Black lives. It's about control, power, destroying the cities. The people on the tip, you're destroying your own like gas station. The people on the tippy top have lost nothing, and they've just like destroyed your independence. And the people in the cities don't even have much freedom to begin with because they're reliant on the Democrats and all the bad stuff. And now they're just destroying even more of the fabric of society. And even now we have coronavirus. Our country's like completely.
And coronavirus is like kind of coming to an end now, but at the same time, people are still super bent up on it. The next wave, yeah.
Now we can't even leave the state, which I found out the hard way.
Shot.
They're trying to lock us down again. It's all
so annoying.
It's all social manipulation, paradigm manipulation, like.
And it's a really touchy subject. And if you don't believe us, that's completely okay. The point of this podcast is to inform you and for you to go do your own research to see if we're right and to get your thoughts.
Bro, do you know some funny stuff, bro?
What's that?
Like, I got to the point when like I was talking to a couple people like about it again because I don't like talk about this stuff a lot anymore. I just like live on.
Because people get really weird about it, and people get offended for some reason. Like they'll take it to offense that you don't believe what they're saying.
And it's like it's so deep as well, bro. Like I can't even like just say one thing without it like you have to have
reaching
like,
to a million.
it has to have like,
They have to have some type of
I
base
can't even
knowledge
talk
of
to people
everything
about
too.
it anymore at this point.
It goes way
it's
too
so
deep.
fucking crazy, but that's the whole point. That was their whole goal, and to begin with,
To make it
was
so
have
complicated you
fucking
can't figure it
grandiose
out.
that you couldn't wrap your head around
It's
it.
literally
But
everywhere
that's why you
go.
gotta pick. You gotta fight the battles. You gotta fight each individual battle.
Do your own research.
gotta
Actually,
stand
take
up
the
for the
time to do
country.
research because nobody does. Really, nobody.
It's either we care about our country or we don't at this point, guys. And
But
this shit's
a lot
wild.
of shit has happened, and I'm just glad that we have the podcast back
Border
now so we can give our
Palpatine is on the
honest
rise.
opinions and get people genuine information. And I hope we come off good on the podcast. I hope this podcast is good. I do want to talk about behind the scenes shit with the vlogs, though, because I got my camera. I talked about getting my camera near the end of season 1, and season 1 was a bang, by the way. I actually have a funny story to tell, but fuck, I lost my train of thought. I'm just gonna tell the story then. But I went to my doctor's, and my doctor asked how I deal with like pain, how I like deal with bad emotions and shit. And I said that I work hard towards something to like make myself proud.
Yeah.
And he asked me like what kind of projects I had been doing and stuff, and I was like, well, I have a podcast with my friend Nick, and we make YouTube videos. And he was like, really? Can I pull it up right now? Like, what's it on? I was like, it's on Spotify and Anchor. He pulls up Spotify, types in Our Generation, scrolls, and he finds it. And I'm sitting there watching this full-grown man look at my podcast, reading the descriptions, and he was literally just like, this is awesome. Like, kids all the time say they want to do this stuff, and they just never actually do it. And here you are, you have all these things.
Here
and
you are.
he was like, you're a really unique kid, and I hope these things go somewhere for you. And that was the first time that somebody that wasn't our age acknowledged what I was doing. Someone
That's
who
deep,
actually had
Seth
accomplished it.
Koflesh.
Nah, I just thought it was really interesting that people are starting to like
Dude,
notice what we're
actually
doing
deep,
just
though.
naturally. And season 2 of the podcast, I remember when we were thinking about starting season 1 of the podcast, and now we're already on
We were like,
a whole nother
we were in the
wave.
car, we were like, yo, should we make a podcast?
What do we
bro?
call it? Freaking Our Generation.
Generation.
And it's a really good podcast, and it has a really good concept. And I don't know if the video can pick it up. I got an Earth chain a while ago for the podcast. New cover art's fire. Season 3 cover art's going to be even better. And if you guys do like video podcasts, please let us know. We want to upgrade the setting, but it's like we're really on a budget. I'm literally recording this with my vlog camera. And
we're going to try to figure something out, boys.
oh, I remember what I was saying, though. I said I was going to get my camera in the mail. I finally got my camera, and we went out and recorded like our first fishing vlog. And it was decent. I didn't have any of my mounts yet. I got like a big mount kit, and we started recording a lot. But the behind the scenes of the Asylum vlog, it was us going to Adams. We messed around a little bit. We actually saw Austin Creddy. Shout out to him if he's watching, maybe not. But he stopped by for a little bit, and then we all left. He didn't come with. And I got these really good shots of everyone like popping wheelies on the road and flying
Except
by.
for me.
It was so much fun. Yeah, you couldn't pop a wheelie. I mean, I couldn't pop a wheelie if I wanted to. It's literally so much fun capturing a moment, though. Like, I'm literally just got the camera
Capture the
recording,
moment.
and it captures everything that's happening, and I'm able to put it into this video. And I edit most of the vlogs. Nick is going to get into editing because he just got his GoPro mounts, and he's going to get a GoPro hat.
Well, I was into like I was
You
like
edited it.
editing.
For a fat minute.
Yeah, well, yeah. The thing is, like, my computer is like shot right now.
Yeah,
and it takes
hard
like
to edit.
mad long to fucking edit. Like, I literally got to
It's so
port
much
everything
energy.
over. And Seth like conveniently bought an SD card
Yeah,
with
it was
an
super
SD like
clutch.
adapter and everything. And plus,
So we can put it
he's
right
got
into the
like
computer. It's a
But
good system.
yeah,
we
bro.
got
I'm gonna
going.
fucking get back to editing. Fuck you.
Yeah, and get mad vlogs out for everyone, because vlogs is just like a really entertaining way to put out our lives, and people have been enjoying them. We posted a new vlog about me eating shit on a longboard. I think you can kind of see right there. It's healing up pretty good, but I had a fat
Ooh.
chunk missing out of my lip.
That vlog
When
went
he
viral.
got mangled.
and,
Viral with like 60 views. Nah, well, what happened
day
was
50.
I talk about it on the vlog, but me and John were longboarding like all day, and we finally got to Nick's Road. And me and John literally looked at this one hill, and we were like, we should not take it. It does not look good. We'll probably crash. And I was just like, you know what? fuck it. I full sent it. I did the hill, but after I turned, the road turned to gravel, and gravel does not work well with a longboard. Like, a longboard hits a rock, it fucking stops in its place and just sent me flying off the board, and I landed on my knee and my face, like, just smacks the gravel, and I was so dazed and stunned. I knew I was bleeding because I, like, sat up and blood started dripping from my face. I felt my lip to make sure my
That's
lip was still
fucked
there.
up.
Still there. I start walking away, and I'm literally looking for John. I'm like, John! Trying to get him to come record, trying to help me, get me some water. He's nowhere to be seen. I'm like, all right, fuck. So I start walking towards Nick's house. And keep in mind, Nick's house is probably like a quarter-mile walk. So I'm literally bleeding from like mad holes in my body, stumbling. And John finally shows up. He records me fucking bleeding everywhere, and I just keep marching. It was like the march for my life towards his house. I was like limping, bleeding, bleeding,
March up
trying so hard to get to some
Sauron.
water and Band-Aids, and I finally get to his house, and he is gonzo. Literally nowhere to be seen.
Like, no.
And I had to get my mama to come
Must
pick me
march
up,
more.
and it was fucked, but really good clickbait out of it. And
Hell yeah.
let's
We
just-
blew up and became millionaires off of it.
nah, we didn't do shit off of it. Share
was
the
all
vlogs
worth
more
it.
if you can. If you got people that you think would enjoy the vlogs, please help us out. Share it, because we don't have that huge of a reach, and it's impressive that kids our age are actually able to get as famous as they do, because it takes a lot of hard work to spread your stuff. Like, it takes a lot of work to make it, but then having the ability to spread it to a large group of people is like another set of skills. It's why people get managers and
success.
sell their souls for millions of dollars to speed their way through it. But Nick used to upload pirated Attack on Titan shit.
Pirated.
And some videos, and he
It was
blew
all
up.
given to me legally. Everybody-
Legally. Was it
Illegally.
reposted legally, though? I don't know.
Well, it's still up, so there must be something good about
Oh
it.
my god, this is actually, before we get to the halfway mark, Detox documentary is coming 100%. Be lit. We have the entire intro idea set out. We have the date that we're going to start recording, and we have a bunch of people that actually want to be a part of it. We've been talking about it to people. People want to join us. You guys can join us too at home. It's never too late. Just wait for
Grab
it to
some
drop.
popcorn and
We're going to become the
join
best
the
versions
journey.
of ourselves, hopefully. We are
Yo.
back at it. Took a little break there for a minute.
I gotta talk about a remix I just made on local music. I grabbed a bag, open it up, and take
Is it
another.
an Asian remix of LB?
I do drug all day, motherfucker. Bro, dude, we literally need to make a.
That'll be the outro song right there. Yeah, shout out to Luke though. He has a new song called "Damn" and he's got an unreleased song. It's gonna be fucking. Hey, if you're still watching this podcast, fucking props to you. This one's been rough. We're just a little rusty because it's been a while, but I do want to talk about the clothing line, because the clothing line is actually getting closer and closer. My mom has this like machine called a Cricut where she's able to literally print designs onto shirts. So simple designs with shirts that we're going to be doing. We're going to be able to make bulk. We're going to be able to make cheap. And we have 3 designs, and
Quality though.
we have someone that we're going to collab with actually on the first drop. In the first drop, we're going to have a selection of like 4 shirts, and they're all really cool. I think, I mean, I can probably show one. I'll show one of the designs that we have
Show
so
it
far.
off here today, Seth.
Only
Audience,
for
would you
the-
like to tell us something?
Too bad you guys can't, but you can with a audio message.
With a little,
drop us an audio
with a little
message.
drop down below.
The only way you'll be able to see this clothing design is if you are watching the video podcast. So you guys know what to do. Click on the video podcast. But we do love the audio listeners. We really, really do. And I'll see if the camera will pick this up. This is the first design. It's called the Time Changes Everything tee. We got 2 designs. We're not quite sure which one we want to go with. Look at that shit. And we're also going to have a podcast shirt. You guys aren't going to be able to see what that looks like. On our collab shirt, and then one other shirt.
Changes.
What the fuck are you doing over here?
Another song changes.
No. Damn. I've really been liking having Nick in the vlog, though, because I think it was
That's why the
John
past
that
3
talked
I
about
haven't
it
been in it.
or something. Just the fact that like people don't know who you are, and then they see the vlog and they just see you, like your entire personality just right in front of them, and it's probably pretty
Dude, and what's so
interesting.
fucked up is that's not even me, bro.
Yeah, bro. We literally are like fake people on video. Well, we are ourselves, but like you.
There's so
obviously have
much
put
to
on
each
a little bit of-
person. There's so much to like each individual person.
Layers
your
like an onion.
Someone says some real shit like your parents don't even know like you as a person. Like,
100%.
like depending
Deep,
on how
deep down.
close you are, but that's some like
Because
really the
people
real
don't
shit.
like. We have deeper conversations than we have with our own parents, and that's just because like, at our age, you're not meant emotionally to like be super close to your parents because it's part of growing up. You want to detach from your parents for independence, and that's why it's hard. But
Detached from the mother country. And that is how.
holy shit.
Oh yeah, happy 4th. Fuck yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
America.
Bro, this 4th of July,
Greatest
people were
day
literally shitting on it so
of
badly.
every-
It was bad.
The greatest day
In American
in
history.
nation's state history.
People were just shitting on it. It sucks.
The
this
founders
country's
drew upon
getting really
all
shit.
other forms of government to create one form of government that they thought would be most just for all kinds of people,
Now
no
people
matter
want to
creed
eradicate it.
or skin color.
It's really shit.
Bro, they're trying to make it opposite of what Martin Luther King said and not base people off of their skin color, but off of their... Now Black
Quality.
Lives Matter is turned into, like... It's morphing into, like, this fucking creature.
Bro, there's literally videos. You showed me a video of like these black people who had these white people literally kneel down in front of them and kiss their boots just for their white privilege or some shit. And I'm like, what?
You're a cis
What
white
the fuck?
male. Bro, you gotta post that sorrow man shit on your, like, story
Holy
for those liberals
shit.
to see, bro. They'd probably
I
freak
literally
out.
uploaded a post shitting on like the riots and shit and like the whole fucking police brutality thing, and I literally had so many people unfollow me because people are literally pussies. They cannot handle the truth. Literally every time that I would text someone about like the whole rioting and the Black Lives Matter shit, I'd literally leave them speechless because they have no argument.
You're just a cis male.
Yeah, they
You're
literally
white.
the privilege. They always bring up the privilege, my white privilege.
Bro, exactly.
Apparently
But
I'm
how?
just radiating
But how do
privilege.
how do the people on the fucking top, the fucking white male professors, the white globalists, the white billionaire globalists, get to say, oh, we can atone for our sins. We're better than all you other white peons and all other classes of people by saying we can atone for racism. That's what they created. The globalists have created a new thing to get power, bro, because you can't do it the fascist way by
Yeah.
force anymore, and they're using racism, and only they
You
can atone for
convince
their
people
sins.
to get rid of their own rights.
Exactly. So only they can atone for their sins. Only they can fucking say they're not racist. Everybody else is racist. If you try to say you're not racist and you're white, you're even more racist. And if you say anything that steps out of line, you're a racist. So, and that's how they gain the power.
It's literally
if you say anything that they don't
liberals
like, it's
complain about
racist.
labels, but they will give us like a million fucking labels. They'll instantly call us racist. They'll instantly fucking
Exactly.
think that we don't want anyone in our
they
country,
just-
that we don't want fucking
Exactly, bro. It's just for their
progress.
power. It's just for their own power. It's hypocritical
Fuck.
because they don't believe in their own. They don't believe in their own ideals because it's just so they can say what they want to
And
say.
they
And
don't
just join
really
in on
know
some
what they
bullshit.
believe. They literally just get fucking word of mouth all their information, and then they just
That's
spew
so
it back
true,
out.
bro. I
Literally
feel like
all word of mouth for liberals.
The real liberalism is our country, bro. Our country was based on like the real liberalism of freedom, bro. The liberalism now is like a classic liberal now, bro, is like someone that has no clue like what their fucking life is about, like what they stand for, their
They literally
history,
live
their
in this
morals, their
bubble.
ancestors, or anything, bro.
They literally live in this bubble, and it's funny because the liberals are like most of the time the most privileged. I feel like the people
Mhm.
that literally live these great lives and pretend like they're suffering because their boyfriend just broke up with them, or pretend that they're suffering because they didn't get McDonald's one night or some bullshit like
Bro,
that. Like
and
they literally
for
act
the
like their
people like
lives
that,
are
bro-
suffering when they live in the best country on the planet, dude.
For the people like that,
So
you'll
funny.
never live up to the Americans that once roamed this fucking planet. You'll never live up to Teddy Roosevelt. You'll never live up to any of them. You're just like a worthless fucking sack of shit. Like, how can you just fucking live in this country?
It sounds
And
fucked up,
how do
dude.
you like complain about other people having privilege and live in the country with all the privilege and still like try to fucking... You won't even be able to live up to like fucking shit on a fucking
People just
garbage
cannot
can.
admit that they're wrong, and that has been one of the most frustrating things I've come across my whole life. People do
true.
not admit that they're wrong, bro. Like, getting someone to admit that they're wrong is like literally forcing them to eat kerosene, bro. It's like fucked.
Dude, and that's why people got to just like see things for like just like not be like so steeped in one way, like be able to see like all the different perspectives, and if you're wrong on something, like you can see each side, and like be wrong on something and admit it, and like know like one side might have been wrong, and like change like your ways and like learn something new. But like it's just been like everyone's like put in their ways, like not everybody, but like it just seems like there's two sides. There's gonna be a civil war. The Democrats want a second civil war, and even some Republicans, far right Republicans, like it's just like this racist shit like on both sides. Like this is what Terry Crews says. There's not all black people are bad, or not all white people are good. Or no, not all white people are bad, and not all black people are good, or something like.
Yeah, no, the general message of like everyone can be bad. There's a lot of bad people. There's a lot of good people. Literally, it has nothing to do with skin color, bro.
Exactly. He said, "I stand."
A Mexican can oppress you
people.
just as much as a white man can oppress you. If someone's oppressing you, that's that specific person's bad doing. It's not an entire group of people's bad doing.
Unless it's actually a group.
It's funny, bro, because the Black Lives Matter is literally trying to stop oppression by oppressing people.
Exactly.
It's fucking retarded.
Bro, if you there's literally on video at the end of that video that I sent you, like it literally has one of like the lead like presidents of one of like BLM or one of the groups saying like, we're gonna tear down the whole society and create a communist world government
revolution
to have equality for all Latinos and blacks and equality. I was like.
And then watch white people become slaves.
Bro, some
people
real
would
shit.
laugh at that too. They'd be like, white people are slaves now.
The realest shit, bro, it's so fucking crazy. Like, the realest white supremacy, like, it's so sad to see these groups, like, fall into this because the real authoritarian slave masters at the very top, the fucking Alphabet Incs., the technocracy is literally gonna enslave all of mankind. They don't give a fuck.
They have so much money, bro. They literally have more money than didn't Apple have more money than the United States for a little bit, or the military?
Bro,
for a while?
I don't doubt that they have more money than some crazy shit.
Ago,
but the central banks and the Federal Reserve is all globalist run, so they basically print the money, so they own everything, and they own all the institutions. All they don't own right now is a presidency, bro, and they might even own it because Trump seems like a globalist Epstein. Blackmailed something. He might have like tried to get out of the blackmail and try to cover up his like previous thing that I was seeing, but still like they would have killed his ass already if he was like on some shit. So I have no
fucked. The whole world's fucked, but that's why it's good to have a podcast. Get all the thoughts out there. Get people to actually think about it instead of the world falling apart.
Let's not go on a rant. I was like, fuck.
Dude, it's impossible not to go on a rant. I have a good thing that I want to talk about though. What it means to be mentally strong, because that's actually like a really huge thing when it comes to people like
Headstrong,
Bradley Martin. You see like this massive Goliath of a man with these muscles, and you think, wow, he must have worked really fucking hard every day to do that. But what people don't realize is to get like that built, you have to be headstrong too. You literally have to be super headstrong to force yourself to go to the gym every day, to eat right every single day, to watch your shit. And I always was jealous of people that were able to do large, grandiose things, and I never understood how they did it. But they did it because they were headstrong, and that's why we're doing the detox documentary. All these habits that we're in, I feel like make you not headstrong at all. Like when it comes to drugs or habits like biting your nails, like you get super comfortable and you get like into the routine of shit, and you don't change as a person. So that's why I think this detox documentary will get us like very headstrong, and we'll be able to make literally an entire documentary, and we'll actually enjoy it. It won't feel like work. It won't feel like stress.
Start growing, dude. Like,
and I wish more people were headstrong.
Bro, Navy SEALs, you would think like the strongest people. If you watch the Buzz program, the training program, you think the strongest like guys that come in there like A1 fit as hell would win. But like the smallest guys like end up like the smallest guys that have like the willpower, bro. Like the fight, it's not about the fight in the dog, or it's not about the size of the dog, but the fight in the dog are the same.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they end up winning, bro, and like they end up like passing, bro, on some shit, and that's why like the average like SEAL size or something's like below average or some shit.
Yeah,
like, dude, like you might think that like some like arrogant fucking prick guy seems like some shit, bro, but like headstrong, bro. If you're straight headstrong, bro, you can literally your brain is like your brain is like the last like limit of like your brain is the limit basically.
Your brain is like the most powerful muscle in your entire body, and your brain has the ability to make or destroy literally anything. And that's the beauty of being a human. You can cause so much influence and change on the physical world. I actually think about it all the time, and like The fact that we're human is so fucking lucky, because we could have just been born a fucking, like, bunny in the middle of the woods that lived for, like, a month and then got annihilated by a hawk. But instead, we get to be smart humans that can change our environment and manipulate.
We have free will, bro.
Free will.
We can create, destroy, and create everything in the image of what we want it to be.
We're creating something right now. We're creating a whole ass podcast. Right now, this moment in time is being, like, recorded, and we're going to manifest it into a product, and that's just so interesting. Right now, we are inside of a podcast. Isn't that crazy? We're inside of a podcast space right now.
Imagine, like, making new consciousness and, like, watching it grow and stuff.
That's a god.
Crazy.
It's like the level of a god. Oh, actually, no. It's being a parent, creating new consciousness and watching it grow.
Dude, that's what's crazy about, like,
parent's gonna be insane.
Like, the Bible's true meaning and, like, the image of God. Like, when people try to, like, make fun of, like, the Bible and shit and be like, oh, made in the image of God, like, that's stupid as fuck. Like, it's, like, deep philosophical shit. Like,
laced throughout it, yeah. It's just because, like, people don't believe Christianity, and that's all good, but people don't take the morals out of it, which there are good morals.
What's crazy, bro, is when Thomas Jefferson said a quote was the Constitution was made for Christian people, and it won't work for any other
one nation
people.
Under God.
And that's some deep shit, because I feel like now, like, our society is held together by, like, a string of fabric, and if we didn't have these laws and codes set in place, like, it wouldn't just resort, like, in 1776, like, there wasn't basically, like, laws and stuff. Like, if you were out in the country, like, shit just happened.
Yeah.
Like, you lived, like, just shit just happened. But
every day
if that was how it is now, bro, people would just start killing each other, because we don't, like, have morals nowadays. Like, people just start robbing and killing.
People are desensitized by everything, dude. No respect for another human being. People hate strangers. No one talks anymore. People are just whenever I walk by someone, like, I literally have the instinct to just look at my phone, not wave to them or say hi, or, like, you just don't want to interact with people
anymore. How's it going,
anymore.
neighbor? Like, just community and camaraderie. Dude, it's all getting destroyed. And I remember, like, it all, like, coming up. We used to, like, all talk about the highways and shit, like, how it was all designed a certain way. And
yeah,
then,
the
like,
roads are literally set up to where all you can do is get in your car, drive 70 miles an hour down this highway, and go to this capitalist food. You can't ride your horse into town and get yourself a nice meal.
Dude, and when people, like, think I just got to the way I am, seeming like crazy as fuck, like, I, like, learned a bunch of shit when I was younger, and then I put it all together when I learned about the globalists and shit, and I was like, bro, this shit was a fucking plan from the beginning, just to have people completely get dumbed down and complete domesticated. If a wolf and a domesticated dog were to get in a fight, the wolf's gonna fucking kill the dog and be able to survive and do so much fucking...
Because they have that independence and freedom.
And what's the difference between the wolf and the dog? Almost like nothing.
Just the freedom.
Besides the independence, and the motherfucker had to survive, bro. They're the same fucking animal. Like, if you got, like, to the basics, it's just the way how one was raised. They might, like, eat different amount of foods, but one's, like, a more effective fucking animal.
That's why I used to, like, wish I was born rich, but now I really don't. Because if I was born rich, I would be that tiny little chihuahua and not the wolf in the woods, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you're put into harsh environments, it literally builds character and makes you strong, independent, and want freedom. Like, when you're at the bottom, you want freedom, and when you're at the top, you don't give a fuck.
It depends on your parents, too, because there's a lot of rich parents that, like, straight
100%.
throw their kids. Have you seen Ben Malo, bro?
No.
Dude, he, like, forces his kids to, like, do business deals and shit, and, like, his kids are, like, running fucking multi-million-dollar shits.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but some parents just give their kids fucking everything,
spoil
and then
them.
They just end up becoming fucking lards.
Joffrey. You ever watch Game of Thrones?
Oh,
King
yeah,
Joffrey,
King Joffrey, that motherfucker.
Literally
I have power, dude. What King Tywin, when he was like, if you have to say you're the king, then you're not really a king.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, 100%. The realest shit, bro.
That's crazy. You just have to be... Like, a boss doesn't walk around being like, yo, I'm the CEO of this massive company. I'm a boss. No, it's not how
all you guys need to listen to me now.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going to be like, get the fuck out.
People, when they talk about our group, they always talk about how, like, there's no bullshit and, like, we keep it real. And that's why we're genuine people, because everybody, it seems like, is always putting up this front, this mask, and trying to, like, be an actor. And it pushes people away. It makes you, like, a bad person naturally over time. Like, if you're 100% raw and honest to yourself, it attracts people to you.
Dude, because if you're a genuine person, you don't have to hide anything. Like, you can just express yourself. Like, you don't have to, like, worry about what you're doing next. to like impress anybody or like
Yeah, there's
to,
literally
like,
no
lie
like.
about yourself.
There's not like this big list of thoughts in the back of your head. You're just being yourself, and everything
Exactly,
comes
bro.
naturally because there's nothing you're hiding. You want to fully express yourself, and it's a really beautiful thing. I used to wonder how people were able to just walk into a party and have everyone love them, and then I realized that's because they're not trying. People love them because they're them. And it's not hard to do that at all. You literally just have to embody who you are and know
And
who
it's
you
the
are deep
realest
down.
shit, bro. And for some people that like feel like that are themselves and feel like, oh, well, I'm not that like boisterous guy that walks into a room. Like each person's like different. Like you
don't have to be. I'm not that person.
You could be 100% confident and be that, because there's different like types of like people and
different confidence
like,
levels too.
Like there could be the nigga in the corner that straight up is a Navy SEAL that's drinking a beer alone, and there could be the frat guy that's
Jumping on a fucking beer table.
like 10 feet away from him, that's like getting all the bitches.
But
and
they're
shit.
both confident. They're both headstrong, and you just
Yeah, bro, there's
be
different
unique.
people.
You can
Exactly.
be unique. You can be your own person. I watched this Jim Carrey video, and he was like, the people that are truly and honestly unique have a genuine shot at getting somewhere, because you're not going to get anywhere in life doing what someone has already done. Yeah,
Exactly.
like copying someone is not how you're going to be successful. And in our market, in the entertainment world, it's always about what's new, what's fresh, and unique stuff. And
New, fresh.
new is always better. I genuinely
Word.
believe that too. New isn't always better, but new is always better most of the time. I love new. I love change. I love literally just, I like vibe
Depending
changes,
where the path
nostalgia
leads.
trips.
It's true. Because some paths don't always lead good. I thought about this one day, because like, have you ever put something together and you like put it together to a point where like you put some parts in and then you couldn't finish it because some parts like fit properly, but
Yeah.
until you got to the end, other parts didn't line up.
Yeah.
So you seem like you're going in the right path, like shit was adding up.
But then
and
once you're
at
able to see the
end,
big picture,
it,
you
like,
see that
it was
it's
a complete different
out
path.
of line. Yeah.
Like
That's-
some
it's frustrating.
some roads do not lead to a good path. Like something like someone was
Mhm.
saying like about Alex Jones, or about fucking Joe Rogan and fucking Eddie Bravo taking like DMT and shit. Like they only took DMT on the surface level, like seeing like magic spirit elves saying, "Come visit me
Yeah.
in my
Clockwork elves.
Come visit me in my land." But it would like the path does not lead to a good place if you like
Yeah.
get deep into some fucking like shit. Like that was just a different.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like. Because DMT, like, if people look it up in, like, the
DMTs are
ancestral...
crazy
Because if you do
drug.
it Aztec level, you start...
Uh-huh.
They start telling you to kill the children, start taking over the
Yeah.
world. It starts going into, like, alien
You find straight
technology.
demons. DMT gives you the access to
government's
the
all into it.
infinite dimensions, infinite possibilities.
But that goes... That's, like, a
It's
metaphor
crazy.
for, like, paths might seem good at first.
Yeah.
And could lead to an unforeseen outcome.
I like that whole idea of paths in life. Like, you can choose a decision that'll change the whole outcome of your life, and that's just how time works.
The Morty,
Butterfly
bro.
effect.
Like,
Yeah.
Morty being, like, everything he did could have, like, changed what the outcome of his death would be.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just gotta live life, enjoy the
Exactly.
present moment. There is nothing will ever exist in your life except the present moment. The present moment is the only true, real thing for any human being. Yeah, there's like physical objects around you, but for every human being, the only thing they share in common is the present moment. And people just,
That's so true.
they like to live in the past or worry about the future, and they're never just genuinely experiencing life. The reason that childhood went by so fast for all of us is because we weren't fucking stressing every single moment. We were just living life, looking for the next thing, trying to experience more and more. And once we like hit that puberty level of life, like you just start stressing everything, the real world settles in, and you stop
Dude.
living in the present moment, and you start living in your head. It's fucked.
Dude, I feel like that's so true, bro, and it's so bad nowadays because like technology's
It keeps you
good.
Away from the present moment. It
I
keeps
feel
you
like
sucked in.
humanity, parents should have been teaching their children more self-discipline, because with the great power of technology comes more responsibility, and if you let yourself get sucked
Yeah.
into it, you become the zombie and
A
robot.
slave to
But
technology.
if you use it as your benefit, bro, if Abraham Lincoln had all the power, bro, of this, he would have won
Even
the
a
Civil
cell
War,
phone.
bro, if he had a cell phone.
Mm.
Like, he would have won it way quicker, bro, if they had 2 fucking cell phones, if they had 2 walkie-talkies, like,
Literally.
because it's just like how you use stuff, bro, and like the people behind, bro. It's always the people behind the shit, bro.
Always.
It's
People
so
behind the
true,
curtain.
bro. Like,
and they stay hidden behind the curtain. They don't want to be
and-
seen.
And now, like so many people have been like, it's like been turned into a Trojan horse, and they're being controlled by their impulses instead of being in control of themselves.
And that's why we're trying to do this detox documentary, to be back in control of our own lives and fully just be ourselves, 100% honestly. It's a beautiful thing.
Dude, even though we've like gotten so much self-control from like being like this, bro,
Our self-aware
on some shit,
selves.
Imagine like, because
how
we've
far
like,
along we'd be if we didn't.
If we just like quit it, bro, we'd have like a skyrocket, because like, you know, remember when
Mhm.
I was saying like when you get like the dumbed down effect, when you're so used to like getting pushed down, and then the weight just gets lifted off like immediately. You just skyrocket and shit.
You literally fly up.
Like dude, like
it's like that for humans. I definitely get that.
It's so
I
like,
feel you on some deeper level shit with that one. Yeah.
bro, like we could literally fucking, I forgot like the whole entire conversation, but it could be great.
It's all good. We're at the end of the podcast anyway. First video podcast fucking in the tank. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really lit. You want to give us the season 2 outro song?
I dipped my hand in the bag, I opened it up, and double that, triple that. I don't even know. I forgot the song, Luke. I'm sorry.
Fuck. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you.